Alright you beautiful people, Kenshi here, bringing you take 2 on the 50-day torso challenge. What we will be doing in this playthrough is we will be starting as a torso. We'll be starting as a race of Juggernaut in the middle of the Great Desert. From there, we have 50 days to survive and then take out all of the leaders of the main factions within Kenshi. This is a solo Iron Man playthrough, so I cannot recruit anyone else to my team. If I die, I die, and a few other rules. There is no looting from shops, there is no producing your own equipment, and we only have 50 days to do all of this in. Once the 50 days is up, the playthrough is over. We have now spawned in the Great Desert. We are in between Shobutai and Heft. What we are going to do is we will head down to Heft first, but we need to get rid of our Hive worker drone as this is a solo playthrough. We're going down to Heft because in Heft there is a robotics shop, and if we're lucky we should be able to get enough loot together so that when we get to Heft we can buy a Hive economy leg or two. So this is William. William is going to be our character in this playthrough. As you can see, he is malnourished, so he's starving. He has no arms and no legs, and he has a ponytail / long hair whilst being face down in the desert. He's going to be in for a very bad time, but hopefully we can get him to the robotics shop before anything too bad happens. All we can do right now is put one stump in front of the other until we get to where we need to be. This isn't the longest journey in Kenshi, nor is it the most dangerous, but for us, it is definitely going to be a challenge. And that is not if we starve to death first. Juggernauts burn through food super quickly. Thankfully they can eat raw meat and they can eat foul meat, but we need to keep an eye out for skimmers. We do have a battle going on, and it looks like we got a skimmer flying over to us, like a delivery system. We should be alright. If we can get that, loot it for its teeth, loot it for its meat, and then move on. It looks like we got some slave traders coming in behind us, but they just seem to want to sell us a slave. So thankfully they're not going to kidnap us and enslave us, so we have just got super lucky. We didn't get enslaved and we have got food. We look like we are on for a good start right here. We'll take the most valuable things from the skimmer, and then we are going to head over to where the rebel farmers and the skimmers are fighting. Once we're over there, we'll be quite careful, but we are going to do a bunch of looting. We're going to be able to pick up armor, lots of meat, and a sailback's gone down. Sailbacks drop uranium pellets, which sell for a decent amount, but they take up sweet all space and they are super heavy. The nice thing about them being heavy is us being encumbered isn't going to affect our athletic skill, because essentially we don't have one because we can't move very fast because we're only on stumps, but it is going to increase our strength. So the more over encumbered we can make our character now, by the time he gets to Heft, he should be pretty strong. So once we start piling limbs onto him, he's going to become a bit of a powerhouse. There is a squad of manhunters coming in to fight the rebel farmers. This is really good for us. The manhunters are going to win this fight, so they're going to be able to wipe out all of the rebel farmers. Either the rebel farmers will die or they will be captured and enslaved by the manhunters. This is going to be brilliant for us. This means that we're going to have free reign of looting everything in this area, and the manhunters are going to strip the kit off the rebel farmers, so we'll be able to go around and pick up what we want. If we're lucky, a manhunter might be left behind, and if they are, we're going to be able to take one of their backpacks. This means we're going to be able to store way more kit, so we're going to be able to transport more stuff, which means we're going to have more encumbrance, which means that we're going to be heavier, which means we're going to get more strength from it. We also have the Traders Guild coming in, so this is going to be a super one-sided fight, and hopefully there's going to be a rebel farmer that will have a prosthetic limb for us. We can see a couple of the slave traders have prosthetic limbs. Something tells me they're not going to go down, which isn't an issue. Once they're cleared off, we can get to the looting. We have found a rebel farmer with prosthetic limb. He is being healed up by a slave trader, but if we're lucky, the slave trader will leave him where he is and we can go up and get that prosthetic limb. But it looks like the slave trader has a different plan. A little bit unfortunate, but we still have a bunch of skimmers around, so we're going to be able to get a whole load of teeth and a whole load of meat. Not the best outcome for this situation, but we've got food now, so it means that we should be able to stay alive long enough that hopefully we'll be able to find some better gear. The slavers have stripped the gear off the rebel farmers, so we've been able to get some mercenary plate and a crack saber. Not amazing kit, but it is better than what we're using at the moment. And to the south we saw another fight, and hopefully if we go over there we should be able to find some more kit. We have found a starving vagrant with an economy right arm. We're going to go over and we're going to take that and we're going to give that to William. With that arm, we are going to be able to heal ourselves, and because it's a right arm, also means that we will be able to fight. The Kenshi gods give and the Kenshi gods take. It has just this spawn, which is a slight shame. It means we're not going to have a right prosthetic arm. What we can do is we'll just have a look around anyone else, see if they've got anything that's going to be worthwhile, and then we are going to loot all the meat and the teeth off the skimmers, and then continue on our way to Heft. If any of you have an idea for a challenge or a fun playthrough, feel free to message it down in the comment section below, because I'm always on the lookout for new ideas. We have just found a fight between some rebel farmers and manhunters. These two groups usually have 1 or 2 members in their teams that will have prosthetics. So we're going to stay back, keep an eye on it, and hopefully one of them goes down that has a prosthetic limb. And luckily we have found a manhunter with a prosthetic right limb. Even though it's only Hive economy grade, he is bleeding out, so hopefully we can get to him before he gets back up and we can get that limb. We're also waiting for the chance to get that manhunter's arm. A group of rebel farmers has come in. These rebel farmers are wiping out the manhunters, so this leaves us in a pretty ideal situation, because the manhunters are going to be taken down by the rebel farmers, and then we are going to be able to go in and snag that arm and hopefully get out before anyone notices us. There is a Hive with a scout leg, and there is a chance that maybe he'll go down. I doubt it, but if he does, we will get an arm and a leg out of this. The rebel farmers have managed to take down the manhunters, which means we're not going to be able to get the leg off that Hive, but it does mean we're going to be able to get the right arm. Right now, having a right arm is going to be more important than having just one leg. With the right arm, we can heal ourselves and we can fight and we can manipulate objects. If we only had the leg, we still wouldn't be able to move and we'd still be crawling at the same speed. The manhunters have started to wake back up, and the guy that was taking the arm off is about to get up as well. So ideally we want to be in and out quick. Hopefully they don't notice us and enslave us, but we've got the arm and now it is time to make a move. As we were slowly crawling away, the manhunters got up and left most of their dead and wounded behind. So we're going to take this opportunity to go around and take their medikits. These medikits don't have much charge, but what we can do is if we get enough of them, we can stack them on one of the corpses, meaning we'll get more charges for less space. And what we're also going to do is we'll take their club, seeing as we have the space for it. We aren't too far from Heft anymore, but on the way we have found some Sohei monks fighting some rebel farmers / fighting some skimmers. The gear that the Sohei monks use looks like standard vanilla kit, but it has way better stats. So hopefully one of them will go down and we can loot their kit off them. The chances of a Sohei Pilgrim Guard going down are pretty slim, although it's likely a Pilgrim will go down, and when they do, we can go and get their kit. We can see one down in the distance, and once the time's right, we're going to move in and take the kit off the Pilgrim. William was a lot further away from the fight than I thought he'd be, so by the time he's crawled over, the Sohei Pilgrims have moved on. They've left a couple of their dead and wounded. We're going to take this opportunity to loot them, as their kit is pretty tasty. It's not super amazing, but it's better than what we got at the moment, and we're just going to continue around and see if there's anything worth looting. It is mainly teeth, but we have managed to get a Edgewalker Mark II staff, which will sell for over 1,000 cats, which is going to be amazing, and we have made our way to Heft. The first and most dangerous part of the journey is done. Only thing we need to worry about in Heft is if we get kidnapped by some slavers before we can get our legs. Once we've got our robotic legs and we are in Heft, we don't need to worry about slavers or manhunters trying to enslave us. Until then, we do need to keep an eye out because we don't want to get enslaved just yet. We do have a sand ninja coming by the front of the gate. Hopefully the guards will aggro onto him because he has a prosthetic arm. So the guards have gone after him. We're going to go down and try to loot his arm off him. Luckily the guards didn't arrest him, so we've been able to get the arm. It is a high grade steady arm, so for this time being it is a pretty good arm for us. Looks like we got quite lucky and we were able to get across Heft without running into any manhunters or slavers. The plan is going to stay the same. We are going to sell off all of the kit that we don't need. We're going to sell off the staff, the mace, the teeth, a bunch of the food, some of the medical supplies, and then look for some cheap legs. The best that we can afford is a right standard grade scout leg and a left high grade economy leg. So we're going to take those. They're not the best, but it does mean we are going to be able to walk around now. Now that we've got our legs, phase 1 is complete. We need to start moving on to phase 2, which is heading towards the Avalon Isles. There is a bounty just laying on the floor there. It would be a shame to turn down free money, so we'll hand that in for a cool 406 cats. As we are on the police station, we might as well help ourselves to the kit that the prisoners have left. Then sell it to the robotics trader, hopefully have enough money to get a backpack and an advanced medikit, and we'll sell off some of the meat and our lesser medical supplies. We have found a shinobi plastic surgeon knocked out, so we're going to take his sword. It would appear that no one else likes that. I thought that he was taken down by the guards. It would seem that something else took him down, which means that we are now a criminal. All of the guards and the slavers are chasing us. Plan's going to be we're going to get out of Heft as soon as we can. Simple reason, we're not going to be able to fight off the guards and we're not really going to be able to outrun them. But if we can get far enough away from the town that we aggro into another nasty, hopefully the guards will fight them and we should be able to make our escape. We got to head to the Avalon Isles anyway, so leaving Heft now isn't a massive issue. We just need to survive this. Hopefully we don't get knocked down and enslaved. We have managed to find some skimmers and some bone dogs. This has drawn off some of the guards already. Hopefully it will draw off a few more and then we can make our escape. Because we are not going to be able to take this many guards on, nor are we going to be able to fight those skimmers. So we just got to keep moving and carry on going. Unfortunately, we have been knocked down, so we're now unconscious. We're going to move everything into the backpack that we can. And pretty simple, all we got to do is just wait out our sentence, which is a little bit annoying because we only have a small amount of time. But it is not a massive issue. Once we get a chance to escape, or we get freed, we will go again. Free medical treatment is never a bad thing, and we just got to see what happens. So we got slavers coming in to take us, which we can use to escape. We're going to need to pick the backpack up first, and then as soon as we're outside of Heft, we're going to make a break for it when there's a sandstorm. Okay, so that worked out pretty well. We ended up being taken outside, but there weren't any slavers or guards around, so we just used that as a chance to escape. So we'll take the obedient slave tag off, and then we'll unlock our shackles, re-equip our kit, and then we'll continue on our way. Now that we're clear of Heft, we're going to continue our way down to the Avalon Isles. The mod list I'm using for this playthrough is The Age of Blood and Sand. I also have a couple other mods added, which I will link down in the description for you below, along with a load order. Just got quite lucky and found 2 lost robots, which is going to give us broken AI cores, iron plates, and electrical components, which is going to be pretty sweet. We do have a battle going on in the distance. We will go in for a closer look, see if there's any loot that can be had. It is looking like we should be able to get to that processor unit, take its iron bars and any of the meat in it, and then get out before anyone tries to attack us. So this should be a fairly quick snatch and grab job. All we need to do now is get out before anyone notices us. The skeleton nomads seem to be tying up the rebel farmers quite nicely. Unfortunately, not nicely enough. They are chasing us down. William will not be able to fight them because at the moment his stats are rubbish and he would just get knocked out. So we are just going to bail into the water and then swim to the Avalon Isles. Ideally we wouldn't have been swimming across because William has all prosthetic limbs, so he is going to be swimming super slowly. The reason we want to head to the Avalon Isles is it is a super late game area. The weapons, armor and prosthetics over there are some of the best in the game. After a day and a bit of swimming, William has made it to the first island. From here we're going to move to the second island where the Forsaken are. Before that we're going to need to sell off all of the loot we've got on the way here. This is going to mean we're going to have a bunch more space so we can pick up the tasty loot from this area. Alright, we have finally made it to the Avalon Isles. This area is super dangerous. Anything in this area is more than capable of killing us. So William's going to need to be super careful, keep an eye out, but any enemy that goes down has so much kit and so much loot that is going to be worth the risk. As you can see, the stats on these guys are insane and they have gear to match as well. So like I said, we have to be careful, but this is going to be an amazing place to get kit. It's a pretty dangerous place, these Avalon Isles. There was a guy just going to the toilet, minding his own business, and then a big old doggo showed up and just ruined his sacred moment. Looks like the timber wolf isn't done. That is a bad day to be that guy. But what we might be able to do is sneak in and grab the kit off these guys after the wolf has gone round and killed off everyone. This will be huge. Their kit is going to sell for a fortune, like I've said. They've got some absolutely amazing weapons, and if we can get that, we are going to be pretty sorted. So long as the guys don't wake back up. If they go to attack us, it is game over. They are super powerful. Once again, we have got super lucky. The guy on the toilet has now gone unconscious, so we're going to strip him of his kit. It's all specialist grade, which is amazing, and the Nadachi is an edge walker type 3, so that is some pretty awesome kit. Unfortunately, we cannot wear the armor because it is a uniform armor, so if we come across the Avalon City guards, they would attack us on sight. We have finally made it to the city. There is loads of skirmishes going on, crazy amounts of wildlife, so we are just going to be able to stock up on so many supplies here. All of this stuff we're going to be able to sell, and occasionally the guards go down, and these guards carry May2 weapons. There are also Avalon Drowners, which have crazy bounties that you can trade in. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be keeping an eye out for guards going down, drowners going down, and then we are going to loot them as and when we can, sell their kit off, sell them for the bounties, and loot as much Mei-2 weapons as we can, like this one here. Bit of a beast. We can't take it just yet because we will just get attacked by the guards, but in the meantime we can get a bit of training in and loot as much as we can. A Lost Ronin has shown up, so we're going to take his Nadachi and his chainmail shirt, and with all this kit I think it's about time that we head to the shops. With everything we've got in this one trip, we are going to make a pretty nice amount of money. We already have enough for a specialist grade samurai armor. Unfortunately we can't use the suits of armor that we're looting at the moment because we will just get attacked for wearing them. And everything was going so well, but they've recognised me as a slave and now they are going to attack me. I think the best thing that we can do in this situation is use it as an excuse to loot all of the Mei-2 weapons that we can, because we're going to get arrested anyway, so we might as well get as much good kit as we can. Then all we need to do is put it into the rucksack. Then when we get arrested we drop the rucksack, do our prison time, and then when we go to leave we're going to have a bunch of Mei-2 weapons. William has looted all the kit that he can. The plan's pretty simple. We head to the police station so that we can get arrested and we don't get beaten up quite as much, even though we're taking a massive kicking now. We drop our kit so they can't take it off us. We serve the prison time, which should be a day or two, and then once we're released we pick up all of our kit, re-equip it, and carry on looting as much as we can. Once we have enough money we'll start to buy prosthetic limbs, so we're after masterwork dread limbs because they are the best all-round limb. They're not particularly great in any one field, but across the board they are very good at everything that they do. We have properly been arrested now, so all we can do is drop all the kit off so they can't take it from us and wait out the prison sentence. I have had a look round and unfortunately we are not skilled enough to pick any of the locks. So we are stuck until the prison sentence is spent. If we get lucky, maybe the police captain will come up the stairs and we can talk to him and then pay our own bail. For some reason I doubt that is going to be an option, so we are going to have to sit tight and wait out this sentence. The sentence is 156 hours long and I won't make you guys wait for that. So it is here I will need to bring this episode to an end. As always guys, you have been amazing. All your likes, comments, subs have been incredible. You guys are awesome. And I have the Discord now set up, so it is linked down in the description below for you. And with that, I will catch you on the next one.